Welcome back. An understanding of what you worth is so indispensable when it comes to what you allow to enslave you in life, what you allow yourself to come under is largely defined by how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, the worth and the value that you place on yourself. And so if you are going to start the journey to break free from any kind of addictive life, then you must understand what you are truly worth. And then your journey to freedom just begun. Now listen to this. Any one of us that are battling with addiction, to a very large extent, we have a low self-esteem problem. That's the truth. When you move into a space where everyone is doing a particular thing and you join them to do it, you are unable to be the last man standing. You are unable to be different in a crowd. You are unable to have a voice of your own, to have your own ideology, to have your own perception about life, to have your own outlook. You have a right to be different. You have a right to stand alone. You have a right to be a voice. But when you come into a crowd and everybody is going left, and you begin to go left just because everybody is going left. Everybody is smoking, so you begin to smoke. Everybody is into pornography, then you begin to do pornography. Everybody sleeps around with the opposite sex at randomly, and then you begin to do it. The problem, the truth is that you have an identity crisis. There is a self-esteem problem that needs to be addressed. It is so important. Usually when you were young and naive, and then you got exposed to certain lifestyles before you were old enough to make a decision. So we understand that naivety, inexperience, and a lot of factors led to most addictive lifestyles. Yes. But now that you are an adult, I think that one of the hallmarks of adulthood is maturity. And one of the indicators of maturity is that now you can choose your own path. You can, then I did it because everybody doing it. Then I did it because I was too young to say no. Okay, so now that you are old, you have a right to choose your path. You have a right to choose your voice. But if now that you are old, you are still doing what you became enslaved to before you were old enough to make a choice, then can I tell you with all humility and sense of responsibility, you are still dealing with poor self-esteem. One of the marks that you have overcome self-esteem issues is your ability to become authentic, your ability to independently decide what your beliefs are, what your values are, what your choices are. That is a mark of maturity. That is a mark of quality self-esteem, and this is so profound. Let's say you have struggles, whether they are emotional, whether they are career related, whether they are financial, whether they are spiritual or otherwise. And then you begin to turn to certain lifestyles. You begin to indulge in alcohol, indulge in drugs. Maybe you are bereaved and you're grieving, and then you begin to engage lifestyles. Yes, we have explained from the point of psychology that certain things can bring about mood disorders that lead you into certain lifestyles. Agreed. But at the same time, I am saying that when you begin to engage in negativity as an escape mechanism, when you begin to engage in lifestyles that have destructive implications as a coping technique, whereas there are other positive forms of reinforcement that could still aid you in dealing with whatever it is that you're dealing with. Can I suggest to you that it's a self-esteem and an identity question that you're dealing with. And until you answer these identity questions, until you answer these self-esteem questions, you will continue to wallow in the waters of depravity, in the waters of self-abuse, and in the waters of self-destruction. Before long, everything's gonna cave in, and you don't want to do that. I think that for starters, in our journey of victory over addiction, we must engage in what I call an identity audit, in what I call a heritage audit. You must come to that place where you have a proper estimation of your worth. What is your worth in the soul market? What is your worth in the human market? What is your worth in the social spectrum? What is your worth in the socio-economic spectrum? This is so important to changing the narrative. This is so important to stopping that trajectory of addiction. And it's so important. And so as we undertake this journey, let's see if we can make adjustments that can help you appreciate what your true worth is. Get back to your sense of self-esteem, that element of positive pride that makes you know that no, you ain't gonna accept certain things. The human mind is so powerful. It can decide a direction. And once that direction is decided and enforced, every other thing will fall in place. That's how powerful the human mind is. I'll be right back to take you further on this journey of identity audit.